So, what really happens in your brain when you stop using cannabis? For a lot of people, it's not just about the cravings during the day. It's about what happens the moment you close your eyes. We're going to dive into the wild and often terrifying world of dreams that come back with a vengeance after you quit. This whole thing kicked off for us when we stumbled across this post on Reddit, and it was just so raw. I mean, can you imagine using cannabis every single day for 20 years and then just stopping? For this person, quitting wasn't about the daytime struggles. Oh no. It was about their nights turning into an absolute horror show. And we're not talking about your typical garden variety nightmares here. They were, well, I'll just let you read it. Yeah, that's where things get really weird. It's kind of darkly funny, right? But it makes you wonder what on earth is happening inside someone's brain to cause that? And look, this isn't just one person's bizarre story. This is a thing. A surprisingly common thing, actually. This sudden, intense wave of vivid dreams that hits people right after they stop using cannabis. So let's just lay it all out. After 2 full decades of daily use, this person quits. And bam, they're suddenly waking up 10, 15 times a night, haunted by these dreams. This isn't just bad luck. It's a direct consequence of stopping. So the billion-dollar question is, why? What switch just got flipped? To really get to the bottom of the nightmares, we have to rewind a little. We need to look at what cannabis was doing to your sleep all along. It all comes down to how it interacts with your brain's natural sleep architecture. Now, cannabis is complex, but for this, it really boils down to 2 main players, THC and CBD. A lot of people say weed helps them fall asleep, right? Well, that's the THC doing its thing. But, and this is the critical part, while it's knocking you out, it's also pushing a giant mute button on your REM sleep. And REM sleep, that's dream central. So THC doesn't just make you sleepy. It gets in there and starts messing with the actual blueprints of your sleep cycle. It reduces your time in REM sleep, makes whatever REM you do get less intense, and can even shorten that super important deep slow-wave sleep. And that has real consequences beyond just not dreaming. That deep sleep it's messing with, that's your brain's nightly cleanup crew. It's when you sort and store memories. Suppressing it is a huge reason behind that brain fog a lot of chronic users talk about. So for years, your brain is basically being starved of these vital cycles. And trust me, it's keeping a running tally. So how does this all circle back to our Reddit users' terrifying and very unusual nightmares? Well, this is the moment it all clicks. This is where the floodgates burst open. It's a wild phenomenon called the REM Rebound effect. All right, here's the absolute best way to picture this. Think of the THC you use every night as another brick being laid in a massive dam inside your brain. And every single night, for years, or in this case for decades, a huge reservoir of pressure from all that missed REM sleep is just building and building and building. And then you stop. The dam is gone, and that entire reservoir of pent-up REM sleep is unleashed all at once in a massive, uncontrolled flood. And that flood, that is the REM rebound. So your brain doesn't just go back to normal. It overcorrects big time. It plunges into REM sleep with a vengeance, trying to cram years of missed dream time into just a few nights. The result? Dreams that are longer, way more intense, and unbelievably vivid. So this isn't just something in your head, it's a powerful physical process. Knowing that, the next question is obvious. How do you survive the flood? Okay, from a clinical perspective, the advice is all about retraining your brain's relationship with sleep. You've got therapies like stimulus control, which is basically reteaching your brain that your bed is only for sleeping. Then there's sleep restriction, which sounds intense, but it's really about making the sleep you do get more efficient. And of course, mindfulness can help lower the anxiety that fuels the nightmares. These aren't quick fixes, but they are proven strategies. But then you've got the advice from the trenches, from communities like Reddit. And here, the suggestions are often more immediate and hands-on. Things like getting in a really good workout every day, writing down the crazy dreams just to get them out of your head. Some people even try to learn lucid dreaming so they can take control of the nightmare from the inside. It's a fascinating mix of practical and psychological tactics. So we've seen the why and the how to cope, but what's the light at the end of this very weird tunnel? Let's talk about the road back to normal and what's actually happening inside your brain while it heals. 4 weeks. Remember that number. It's a big one. So what's so special about 4 weeks? Here's why it matters.
chronic cannabis use makes your brain's cannabinoid receptors, they're called CB1 receptors, less sensitive. It's like they just get tired of being switched on all the time. But what's amazing is that research shows after just 4 weeks of quitting, those receptors bounce back to the same levels as a non-user. It's a physical, measurable reset of your brain chemistry.
But, and this is a really important but, just because the receptors are back online doesn't mean the symptoms just vanish. Think of it like this. The hardware might be fixed in a month, but the software, your entire nervous system, can take several more months to finish its full recalibration. So the intense dreams, the irritability, they can linger. It's truly a marathon, not a sprint.
So when you look at the big picture, this whole experience, from the surreal to the absolutely terrifying, it isn't a sign that something's broken. It's the sound of the brain healing itself, a messy, dramatic process playing out on a nightly stage. Which leaves us with one final, fascinating thought. When you finally remove the thing that's been suppressing them, what is your brain so desperate to tell you?